Hi there, and welcome to my little behind the scenes episode where I'd like to show you guys what I'm currently working on and also how I do some of the things I do and the tools I use. What you see here is a map editor that I wrote a little while ago. I know the game is going to be randomized, all the terrain is going to be randomly generated, but I would like to create some small templates that can be used in this random process. Like if I want a cave to have a certain shape, I can like predefine it and randomly add it around the world, or underground buildings, or yeah, some random stuff. Also, what I'm gonna be primarily using this for is for instances. Now this sounds a little MMO-ish maybe, but I'm planning to have some of the maybe boss encounters to give me more control of how the battle will be. I'm gonna create small instances where you like load a little extra world where you meet this boss, and because I've designed the terrain, I can construct the boss mechanics around that terrain. There will also be bosses in the randomly generated world where it's more up to the player to like prepare for the boss encounter and maybe build some fancy contraptions to help battle the boss. But for these instances here, I'd like to be the one who controls the terrain and thus be able to make some cool boss fights that way. So there will be both kind of boss battles, and yeah, well, the rewards will be different, I suppose. I haven't really thought that out there yet. So what I'm also going to be using this tool for is for when you go to the menu screen, um, there will be like a world moving back and forth in the background, and these worlds is worlds I create with this tool here. Let me show you an example. So here's a little world I've created a little while ago. It's nothing big, just some simple thing I just built. I was planning to show you in this world actually how the tool works. So keep in mind that this tool I use is a work in progress. I add features when I need them, and I also already have a few features in mind that I'm going to add, but currently I'm satisfied enough. For example, we have the build tool here, which gives access to all the things you can build down here. It isn't really sorted yet. I will get that in a later version. So currently it's just all available block type items that'll be on this quick bar down here. For instance, I could place a crafting table. Yeah, let's just place it here on the bridge. And maybe add a little chair. Now you see the chair can be facing two directions, and the way it faces direction when you place it in game is based on the direction your player is currently facing. Since there's no player in this editor, I had to make it a bit different. So if you watch closely, you can see that the chair is placed based on where in the tile I click. If I click in the right part of the tile, it will be facing to the right, and if I click at the left part of the tile, it will be facing to the left. I also have this eraser tool, and it just simply erases the chairs. You might have noticed that I'll show you again. You see a chair is like 2 tiles high. The eraser won't work if I try to delete it down here. And the reason for that is that a chair is created, everything I create that takes up more than one tile is always created and drawn from the upper left corner of that tile. So I need to remove the upper left corner of the tile as shown here. Same goes for a thing that takes up like 4 tiles. As you can see, need to kill it over here. Boom. Now there was actually a little error there. Did you notice? It didn't update the grid until I deleted the invisible furnace. Anyways, that's the joy of having these tools that you work on the fly. So yeah, also you can see here it says brush size, and currently it's single. That means I can increase by pressing plus or minus on the keyboard the size of my brush. Let's try an example with yeah, let's place some rocks in the sky. As you can see, it places rocks. A little thing I added recently is that for instance, said I want to build some wood in here, and I just pick the largest brush size. It won't override the stone over there. It will just fill out the spots that's empty, as you can see here. That's nice for filling out holes. Like if I do this, let's just decrease the brush size a bit, and I dig out this small hole, and I figured I want some background there. This is the background tile. I put it to large and just bloops. Yeah, okay, that didn't work. Backgrounds can only be built close to yeah, solid tiles. So I do like this, whoops, or also close to existing background tiles. So here you just made a hole on the ground. Now this mess is like crazy. So I click the eraser tool, and it also uses the brush size. So you can see I just remove like this, oopsie, and it's gone. Another thing I have is the grow tool. It's not fully finished yet. What I use it for is to grow flowers. Let's try to plant a flower with this egg-looking seed. Yeah, let's place it here. You can only plant flowers and grass. See, that's just a few leaves there right now. But if you use the grow tool, you see it like grow a stalk or whatever it's called. Now the reason why it isn't fully operational, if you like, is that actually the flowers are supposed to have 4 stages, but it's I haven't really checked out why it aren't updating properly yet, since flowers haven't been my greatest concern. But another thing I use it for is to grow grass. If you notice here, if you can see it by the icons at least, I have no grass tiles. And the reason is that the grass tile is actually an extension of the dirt tile. So instead, I just use the grow tool on a patch of dirt, and it turns into grass. So that's how I make grass. As you can see here, that's 2 tiles that haven't any grass on it. Boom, boom, and that's grass. The water tool, you can use this underground hole we made. It's pretty simple. It fills a tile up with water to its maximum capacity, like this. Boom, 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 boom. It won't update until you actually launch the game in the game world. So you can actually place water in the sky, and it will fall down as soon as the player gets near. And also, to avoid deleting everything when you use eraser for water, you just use the empty bucket tool, and it picks up the water again, or removes it from the tile. Brush size does not affect water placement. It's gonna do that in the future, but I haven't really been had any need of it yet. So yeah, that's about everything I had about this tool. So here is the world that we were just looking at from the editor view. I just wanted to show you the same world from a gaming perspective. As you can see here, here's the little house made of stone, and here's the big cave that we're in the middle of the map. If you notice up here, there's ice on the water. I don't think I've shown ice in any of my videos, and the reason is I'm not sure that I'm gonna keep it. When you look up there, it actually looks decent enough. The problem with ice is that imagine that the top level here were only like the top level of water tiles were only half full, and then one of the tiles froze to ice. It would then be like a full block of ice but only a half full tile of water next to it, and that looks quite dumb. I could though. I could draw the ice tiles at the same height as the water. You know, like I draw the water levels. I could also draw the ice levels. But the problem is, I do tile-based collision with the world, not pixel-based, which means that if I were to stand on top of the ice here, my feet would be uh, around here. But if I were to draw the ice like at the same level of the water would be, it would only be drawn like here, and that'll mean that I would be floating uh, a few pixels above the ice, and that would look quite dumb. But anyways, I just wanted to show you how the world looked from the game perspective. So yeah, and that's the house. So there you have it.